Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Aaron with Family Favorite Canine. We have Miss Millie May joining us for another training session. Today with her, we're gonna work on leash pressure. I know she has really good leash pressure with the prong collar, so we'll probably start with the prong collar, just get her back in the routine and rhythm and stuff, and then we'll try to transfer it to the slip lead, and then we'll also work on transferring it to her flat collar. We're in our normal spot where we do most of our videos, at the end of the cul-de-sac. And yes, I got the e-collar on. I also have a prong collar on, and I have a flat collar on, but the e-collar's not even turned on. It's just on her head, on her neck. Get used to wearing it for when we do charge up the e-collar. And I'm actually just gonna stick this in my pocket because I don't feel like wearing it around my neck. I'm gonna hook her to her flat collar and just see what kind of pressure she's got. Okay. That went beautifully. And my pouch just broke, so now it doesn't stay open. So there's that. I have a broken pouch now. So that's aggravating. Well, that's great. How do I get that piece out? It's hard to use a pouch that won't stay open. That's ridiculous. Anyway, sorry. Get my clicker out too. All right, guys, so let's see what we can do with leash pressure. Oh, she broke that, but give her a piece of food because I clicked. I'll tell you right now, this is aggravating. The pin that holds it open snapped. There we go. I got the pin out. It still don't stay open though. Now I want to buy a new pouch anyway. Here we go. This is just with a flat collar. Let me get some more slack here. A lot better than I thought. Now, mind you, she's on a place board. She's not running around the yard and carrying on something awful. She definitely knows what leash pressure is. And that is, like I said, with a flat collar. She is killing it. I'm actually shocked myself. Did not know she had that good a leash pressure. And I know I'm talking with my hands, so she's being all extra. And she spit out a piece of food. So now we're gonna hook her up to the prong collar and see how she does as well, because she needs to do some corrections for coming off the place board. We gotta fix that right now. She's gotten away with too many coming off the place board on her own. Millie, place. Yes. Usually I use verbal markers, but today I got the clicker, so excuse me if I say yes instead of using the clicker. Now, we're gonna see if she really knows it. We're gonna try to do like a sneaky down without saying the command. See, I think she's very I think she's picking up on the hand command. I think is why she's not doing, or why she's doing so well. I tried to feed her the clicker. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a mess. It's too early in the morning. All right, we're gonna see if we can distract her. Yeah, I think she definitely knows what the leash pressure means. All right, we'll try this one more time with a DOWN. The lightest pressure. She's killing the leash pressure. Let's see if we can see how she pops out of that down. We might have to fix that too. I don't know if she knows the stand command. That was kind of like a double. That was a double, that was my fault. Okay, that was kind of sloppy, that was very sloppy. All right, so we're gonna try that one more time. And I'm gonna do it with this hand this time. So we're gonna go, yes. Ignore the clicker for a second. Get her into us. Yes. She's struggling with the stand a little bit, you can see, but we throw in the food lure for a little bit of help. All right, we're gonna do the other one now. We're gonna go, see, she's anticipating it. She's already knows what's gonna happen. You can see she's just full of energy. All right, she's distracted. Yes. It was just a little light pop. She killed it. All right, so we might try to get her from breaking. We're gonna try to get her from breaking the down. So I'm gonna tell her to go down. When she goes into a down, I'm going to basically let her self-correct when she tries to break it. Down. And by that, I'm just gonna stand on the leash. Just enough slack so that she can kind of stand up. But if she moves too much, she's gonna get a self-correction. So I don't care if I'm fooling around with my pouch, doing this with my hands, talking with my hands to the camera. You know, I can be doing all these things as long as she's not breaking the down, then we'll be all right. She's not paying attention to me at all, so this is kind of pointless, but she's distracted by birds flying around. And we're just talking with our hands, you know, and doing this right here, that, you know, just holding food above her head. She don't care, so of course, because she's distracted. Pay her for holding that DOWN, and we're just gonna kind of get her attention here. You see, if doing this right here, picking up the leash. Just because I pick up the leash doesn't mean you SIT. She's doing really good right now, so. Okay, that was a little challenging for her, but you saw the self-correction there. I just want her to look at me. I don't want her to break the DOWN. There it is. Good. Yes, good girl. That's what I'm talking about. You just saw the self-correction there. It kind of just, she went into a half push-up and it kind of just had no choice but to lay back down, so. Just wait for her to look at me. All right, we'll change up the monotony here. We'll do some recalls and stuff. I've got her hooked up to the long line, so I ain't too worried about her running off. Release. Let's see if we can't get a recall with just the leash pressure. So wait for her to get distracted. Yes. So the slightest little pop, and she came right back. Try to demonstrate that again. Release. She sees a bird. Yes. Sorry, didn't mean to confuse you. Release. Yesterday I noticed when we were recording that I kept saying free because that's what I normally say. That's usually the release command that I use, but I found out from our owners that they use the release command. They say release for the release command. Do a pop, and I'm just gonna reel her in. You can see she's fighting it there. But no, says I got food for you. All right, so now we're gonna go to the prong, and we'll do the same thing with the prong. A lot less pressure needed on the prong, so it should be very beautiful. Release. We'll try not to self-correct, and then we'll try to not get tangled up. Or drop the leash, and then we'll do a pop. That was wonderful, so she gets a mini jackpot. She gets like 3 or 4 pieces for that. And maybe a little bit of hot dog. Because that was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful recall. Didn't even have to say anything. Release. I don't try to be careful when she's on the prong. I don't want her to self-correct because she is back tied to the mailbox. She is a runner, believe it or not. So I'll wait till she kind of releases pressure here. And I'm gonna do a pop. So on a scale from like 1 to 10, on the scale of a prong collar pop, that was probably like maybe a half, maybe a 1. Like it's half to a 1. Like it was very, very little pressure. Compared to like the flat collar, I have to do like a level 4, you know, on a flat collar just to get her to come. But anyway. Good. Now we'll just see how her duration is. If she comes off, she will get a pretty good correction because she does know to stay on the place board. Stay. Do like a little tap tap, just a reminder that, hey, you got to stay on the place board no matter what, right? And there will be consequences if you come off the place board. I'll just kind of walk around and talk. And this is a perfect time to roll in today's sponsor since we're waiting for her to come off the place board. Let's roll our sponsor. No, who am I kidding? We don't have a sponsor. While we're waiting on her to break this downstay, while there's a dog barking and carrying off leash about, I don't know, what would you say, 20 yards, give or take, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, none of this would be possible. We wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for him. If you have any prayer requests or any testimonies that you'd like to share with us, feel free to let us know. Reach out to us, let us know. We'll be happy to pray for you if you need prayers. Good girl. She's doing a beautiful job with her stay on the place board, so she gets big rewards for that. I gave her like 3 or 4 pieces. Every now and then she gets a hot dog, so. Doing so good. We're gonna probably release her. What are you doing? Release. That's a good girl. Let's see how good her verbal recall is. I don't know how good it is. It's like 50-50 actually. That's about how good it is. Millie here. I dropped a piece. You don't get the free piece. Release. Maybe in our next couple of lessons, we'll take her off the back tie and we'll actually take the long line out and kind of go around and just try to get some recalls out in the open area and get away from this area because she's doing all right in this area. The only reason we're doing it in this area is because we have the mailbox we can tie her to. Anywhere else, I don't really have a place I could back tie her to. So, I mean, I could probably back tie her to the trailer or something, but I don't know. I could try to use the neighbor's mailbox, but I really don't want to do that. So I'd rather not use the neighbor's mailbox. But I mean, she's distracted by birds. The wind blows, she loses focus. So we really got to get her to focus and pay attention. She keeps self-correcting. She keeps stepping on the leash. So I'm willing to actually take that off the prong. Millie. And hope she don't run away. And put it back on the flat. All right. So now we got her back on the flat. Place. Now let's see if she stays on there. Very good. Very good. Good girl. So I'm gonna actually, let's take her on a walk on the flat collar to just really see how, because I know she has leash pressure on the flat collar. So I'm curious if she'll walk on the flat collar. I know she won't, but just for giggles, I guess, we'll put her on the flat. Now, I'd also like to get her to walk on the slip lead. So I'm trying to proof her off of the prong collar because she knows when she has it on. So if I can get her to respond to as many different types of leash pressure as possible, then that's what our goal is. We're trying to proof her off of, okay, try to proof her off of, like, see this? We'll see if we can't fix this up, clean this up. I hate trying to use a flat collar because, I mean, just the amount of force you have to use to get her just to hold back. So you can obviously see it's not working at all. She's like really pulling. And if I turn this way, she'll come. It's just a mess. Absolute mess. So we'll go back and we'll get the slip lead and see if we can't straighten her up on a slip lead. Because I know she'll walk on a prong collar. I know she will. So let's see if we can't get her to walk on a slip lead. Because I know she won't walk on this thing either. Get over here. What are you doing? A truck with a noisy trailer drove by and she about lost her mind. She is wiry. She's a wild cat. She's a wild cat. All right, we're going to take this off. Take it with us. We may have to use the prong collar on the way back or something. All right, let's go. I'm gonna get my clicker off my finger because it's in the way. So she's already doing much better with the slip lead. This is new. She normally drags me around on the slip lead, so that's why we went to the prong collar, but we're gonna do a turn. I'll do another turn. And we just let the leash do a self-correction when we're doing this game of follow the leader. Once she gets ahead and gets to the end of the line, it's on her, you know? So she's kind of self-correcting, and the first thing she sees is us walking the other direction. So when we turn, and she does that little whoop, emergency brake, that's her getting to the end of the leash and doing a self-correction. But she's doing good until we turn, and then we're gonna turn this way. Oh, very good. There it is. So she's gonna get paid for that. We're gonna do another one. She missed it, so she's gonna get another correction. Then we're gonna stop and do a SIT. She's gonna get paid for that. There goes that noisy truck again. Good girl. Now, I would try to do a stay with her, but like a downstay in the middle of the road, but we're not at that level yet. She's too distracted. There's too many distractions around, so we won't do that without having our long line with us. Okay, heel. We're gonna do another turn. That was a lot better. Very light pressure, and she came with us. So we'll try it again. We'll wait her. Oh, that's beautiful. So she'll get paid for that. Well, she went on the wrong side, but. So no pressure needed there. And yes, I had food in my hand, so that was kind of cheating, but this time I won't have no food in my hand. I'll just kind of hold my hand up here. No pressure needed for that one either. She gets paid for that. We're gonna do a dominating turn. I'm just gonna turn into her. And then I'm gonna do another U-turn. Little pressure needed, a little bit of distraction there. I'll pay her for that one too. She nailed that turn, so she'll get paid for that. She's doing wonderful, guys. We're really just getting her back in the routine of everything. I'm really just fine tuning what she already knows. And then we'll get into like super advanced stuff like e-collar work, like heeling off leash, recall on the e-collar, staying on the place board on the e-collar, going out in public and doing all these things because yeah, she listens in this mild environment, which, you know, for her, it seems a little bit extreme actually. But this environment's a little bit too stressful, too distracting for her. There's a lot going on. There's birds, there's squirrels, there's cats, there's trucks, noisy trailers. There's all kinds of stuff going on in this environment. Not the ideal, perfect training environment when you first want to start training, but we work with what we got. She's doing pretty good. She's doing really well. We're just gonna have to keep working it just to kind of proof her off the distractions. Once we get all these distractions taken care of, then we'll go to like the mall and, you know, Lowe's and different places and have super, super high distractions. They're probably gonna be like a level 10 for her. She's doing such a good job. I say that and then she breaks the sit and I'm trying to feed her. This is a slip lead leash pressure. And I'm just gonna stand on this. And I'm gonna wait for her to look at me. Yes. So I done a double, I don't know, I got too excited there and done a double marker. Just wait for her to look at me again. I think she saw my hands moving, but she still looked at me. See if I can get her to look at me again. I'm not naming it because she doesn't have it yet. Don't name it till I love it. This duration down is really good though. I like it. I'm waiting for her to look at me again. Watch. I don't know if that's her command or not. Let's see. Look. Good girl. Hmm? All right, let's see if we can try another word. Let's see. I have to pay her for looking at me. Bananas. She don't have a word for it. Just me talking to her, I think. Good girl. But she's doing wonderful. I'm loving what I'm seeing. We're gonna wrap up today's video here. As always, have a blessed day and don't forget to pray. We'll see you guys in the next video.